Today we're going to build a sled for the dogs to pull tomorrow to get Elise down and all the dogs. We're going to use this chair as kind of the framework for it. So the first step in the whole project is excavating it from the snow, which is behind our house. So this is what we're working with. It's an old school chair. The old owners put this little sheet metal thing on the front. I think it was their original outhouse. It had this back in there, and it was just screwed in on the side. Just took a couple screws out, popped it out, and we're going to try to mount some skis to the bottom and put a place to stand on the back, as well as a little stomp pad brake. So I'm going to try to do that all today.
So these are a pair of now antique skis. They were my Uncle Jamie's backcountry skis from when he first started doing serious tours back in the 90s and early 2000s. So these are some of the original Diamere bindings, and they're the first AT style binding, one of the first to really hit the market by storm. They're really, really heavy, so we're gonna take off these bindings and then just use the ski as skis for the sled. And we'll save these bindings and put them off the wall in the Corruption Lodge and the history portion of our decorations. The museum.
You think that far back?
Yeah, I think that'll be prudent. Probably in the middle, just so we have enough room for people's... Hell yeah. Hell yeah!
You can hear some snowmobiles playing down below us. That's what we're hell yeahing about.
Hell yeah!
So, we gotta figure out how to attach these.
Yeah.
But generally kind of like that.
Exactly.
So we've got these old tires that we're gonna try to use for stuff. We need some places to stand on the back of the skis, and then we also need a stomp pad to be able to brake. So right now I'm trying to cut, I don't know if you can see in the sun at all, probably won't focus on it, but we're just taking the bead off of this so it'll lay a little flatter. Gonna try to use these to stand on, I think, and for stomp pads. So using tin snips to cut through these, which is working well. So we'll see if it lays a little flatter once we take the whole thing off. A beadless tire, very floppy. So we maybe are gonna rivet them together. I don't know. We're gonna try to figure something out to make it work for what we need. So here's the first step, standing place, whatever, on the back of one ski, attached with just 4 screws. Boom, boom, boom. So have to pre-drill a little bit and then screw those in. So here's the next one going to go on. And I'll kind of show you the steps on how I did it. That worked out pretty good. So got one attached here. There's a drill hole in this, which you can't really tell because the rubber closes back up on itself. But once you find the placement of everything, you can pre-drill through the tire, and just once you touch the ski, it'll give you your placement. Then you fold the rubber back, and I pre-drilled until I could just barely see the wood. And I've been using these screws that came from what was attaching the bindings before, because they're really short. They have really big threads, so they've been holding on to everything well. And that seems to work good. So we just put 4 in each one and call it good.
space is pretty cool.
I think you should do them a little more. What do you think?
It's a great bastardized version of a sled.
Perfect. Just what we were going for.
No peeking.
So we're going to add some other bracing to the back of the feet there. And I think it's pretty close to being good to go.
Dog man. So like this?
I think so, yeah.
Second?
No.
Maybe we'll turn the sound off for this one.
Do you want gloves?
I'm from Minnesota. Is that on video?
No, I'm taking a picture.
It'll work better when we get onto the groom trail, which is what it's made for.
Okay, do you want to go do that now, or do you want to try to get the rest of it done? Add some grip tape to the handlebar, add a brake?
Yeah. Well, we could take it on the flat one before we make a break. I think we could do a break later today when we head inside and sew it or do the
Rivets or
grommets?
something?
Rivets? Whatever they're called.
Sounds good. Works pretty good.
Yeah. Can I take them back?
Sure, we need to add the brake to it, and we need to get the boys different harnesses. But it works
Hell yeah.
with the chair.
Gives you a workout too.
Good. Yep.
Okay. So we have the finished product. It consists of a classic setup for a dog sled. So you've got your tow line right here, and then it's connected to our front two skis. And actually these are some convenient old backcountry setups, so that's where my uncle used to put his skins attached to, as well as to hold them together when you put them on your back. We've got a bunch of screws that you've already seen go into the chair, the frame, and then into the skis. And then finally we put on the stop pad, which is a good way to slow down the sled and brake it so you don't run into the dogs when you're going downhill, or you want them to stop slowly. So this is mildly terrifying, but it's a bunch of roofing screws. And then last but not least, our stomp pads here to give us friction. And a little bit of grip tape. And that rounds it out. This is a rope that's nice to be able to tie to a tree in case you want to just stop the sled and walk away and, go pee in the woods.
Sweet. Looks great.
Yeah, no peeking.
Well, we'll take the dogs on another trial run now that we've got the brake. And we'll probably take a couple of videos of that too, but excited to use it more.
Brake is working great.